Coming to you live from the insane asylum, I got up early this morning to watch Madwoman Meghan Markle make Christmas crackers. She made an advent calendar, she made gumbo, and the entire thing was dystopian and crazy, okay? Meghan Markle, it is clear to me there is no star factor there whatsoever. I'm not even going to say the show was like watching paint dry because I actually find beauty in the mundane. I think watching paint dry would have been more entertaining, okay? I think this show was more like getting repeatedly hit in the head with a can of paint. That's what this was like. The entire show. And I said this about the original series, season 1, season 2, and now the Meghan Markle holiday Christmas special that just came out this morning. Meghan Markle seems like she is in the loony bin. And no disrespect to anybody who's ever been in the loony bin, those who might be watching us in the loony bin right now. But Meghan Markle, it's like she's doing arts and crafts, and they've given her those scissors they give to children where they don't have any sharp edges. They're like, let the girl do arts and crafts under supervision. Let her play in the fake kitchen with the camera crew. Nothing about this feels real to me. And then what really stuck out to me was that her dog Guy is in the show. So her dog is in the show. Now, I remember Meghan Markle posting about her dog passing away in January of 2025. Okay, about 11 months ago, her dog passed away, which tells us this show is old. This footage is old. Netflix basically told her, you got a couple of weeks or months to film in this rented kitchen, and then we are going to stretch it as long as we can. Meghan Markle, from what we've uncovered, this was filmed way back in 2024, around the same time of season 1 and season 2 of With Love, Meghan. All they did was maybe throw a wreath on the door in one of the shots and put up a Christmas tree. There's nothing about this that screams Christmas. There's nothing that screams holiday tradition. In fact, the one tradition she claims that she still has from the royal family are these crackers, okay? And we all know these crackers. They're either at a place setting on Christmas or the happy holidays you experience with your families. But Meghan Markle, she says this is the one thing she's taken from the royals with her to California. Now, the royals very famously do Christmas big at Sandringham, okay? And we've got some clips we'll put up on the screen. Meghan Markle, she experienced a royal Christmas or two. She was not in the royal family very long, but she went to Sandringham with Catherine and William and the Queen and Prince Philip and Charles and Camilla and Harry, okay? So she experienced a royal Christmas. She gave all of that up, okay? All of the pomp and circumstance and duty and all the good she could have done to go be in a rented kitchen in a McMansion in Southern California doing arts and crafts. Okay, she went from the royal family to doing arts and crafts. That is a fall from grace. I've never seen someone fumble the bag harder than Meghan Markle, okay, which tells me she is her own worst enemy. She's her own saboteur, and we see it in the show. There is absolutely no star power. But I want to take a look at that clip where she talks about these crackers, okay? She talks about these crackers and how much joy they brought her in the UK.
So, Christmas crackers.
Have you been doing them for a long time?
Well, living in the UK is just such a part of...
Is it a big part of the culture over there?
For Christmas holidays, for sure.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, typically people cross arms and do it.
No way.
Yeah, so they
So
sit
you're
around
doing
the
it
table.
with the other person?
Yes, and they all pull at the same time. So the
That's
crack...
awesome.
It actually does feel really connective
It's like
and
a moment
sweet.
of community.
Now, this is the one tradition she took from the royal family. If I were over in the royal family, even if it was for a week, okay, I would take more than that. The one thing she took away from getting to be around the Queen, the King, everyone in between, the Commonwealth, the one thing she took away were these crackers. Oh my God, did you know we crossed arms and we broke open these crackers? I'm not going to do it now because I'm cheap and I want to save these for a couple weeks. When Christmas comes, I don't have the Meghan Markle Netflix budget. I want to save them for a couple weeks. But no, the one tradition she took were the crackers, okay? But you notice, no matter what it is, okay, she's always going to dine out on that title, being Meghan the Duchess of Sussex. She's always going to find a way to intertwine and work her former family into her projects in California and her Hollywood dreams and aspirations, okay? And the reason I say former family is the way she's treated the royals, that's not how you treat family, okay? I don't care if she married in, they moved to a different continent. She has done nothing but dine out on her titles and try to stretch that brief 18 months she spent over there. And shame on Meghan Markle because the royals they welcomed her with open arms. They threw her a big wedding. They basically said, do whatever you want. If you have this initiative you're passionate about, you want to do a cookbook with the Grenfell girls, whoever they were, do that. But she did not think that was good enough, and she absconded to California and then proceeded to accuse them all of racism with really no facts. And really there was no veracity to any of her claims she made about the royal family. And now she's doing a reality show where she walks around a fake kitchen. Now, what's also fake about the show to me, none of these people seem like real friends. Okay, every person who comes over who's supposed to be Meghan Markle's best friend, it's like she's met them for the first time. When I get together with my friends and family, and you guys are probably the same way around the holidays, it really feels authentic. We're having fun. Maybe there are some drinks flowing. Everybody's having a good time. It just feels so contrived. And I think at this point, Meghan Markle is not capable of having authentic, real conversation. She can't have any of those kind of real moments because I just don't think there's a real Meghan Markle. I think Meghan Markle is malleable, sort of like a sociopath in my opinion, where she will sort of be a chameleon to however she needs to be in a certain environment. She will be a chameleon to try and get the guy. She'll be a chameleon to fit in here. She'll be a chameleon to get on Suits and do whatever it takes to get to the next step. I don't think there's a real Meghan Markle. Now, speaking of another fake and contrived moment from this reality show, the Meghan Markle Holiday Celebration Special, Prince Harry decides to stop by. Now, what's interesting to me about this is that they make it seem like Prince Harry just popped down to the kitchen. Oh, Prince Harry, Harry stopped by. H is here. He just wanted to come by the kitchen and see what we were working on. This kitchen is not in their house. You guys understand what I'm saying? This kitchen is not in their house. So this notion that he just came downstairs to check on his loving wife in the kitchen is so fake and so phony to me. And Prince Harry went from being the most beloved royal with the highest favorability, the most eligible bachelor on earth. Women would have just, fallen out for him everywhere he went, to now he's doing a fake reality show and he's playing along almost like a Kardashian, right? He's going along a little bit with the storyline. He's hamming it up for the cameras. But I want to play you that clip of where he stops by to check on his wife in the fake kitchen.
I can feel it puncturing through the top of my head right now.
When food makes you sweat, that's good. That's a good thing, yeah.
It is delicious. I'm not so sure it's as good as your mum's, but it's certainly close.
Wow.
What? Oh my gosh. My mom will love you for that. You know what? What a good thing to say for your mother-in-law.
Exactly.
So Meghan Markle in that clip was making her mom, Doria Ragland's famous Christmas gumbo, because we all have a famous Christmas gumbo. Shout out to all my folks out there who love a good gumbo. When I think of Christmas, I don't personally think of gumbo, but maybe that's a thing in other cultures, and I respect it. But I think it's interesting how Prince Harry acts like he's just stopping by, okay, in the last 5 minutes of the entire holiday Netflix special. That's what I found so interesting, right? 50 minutes go by. No mention of Prince Harry. And it seems like Netflix called and said, this show absolutely sucks. Okay, we've wasted our budget on this. You better get that Duke in here immediately and on camera. We need something that is going to get us press and attention, because watching Meghan Markle do arts and crafts like an insane woman and make poppers or crackers and discuss, I don't know, some advent calendar she's doing or pine cones she's going to put up her hoo-ha. I don't know what the hell she had going on in that fake kitchen, but I think Netflix called and they said, sweetheart, we need to get Prince Harry in here. Okay, we signed you, Meghan Markle, yes, because you are a wannabe duchess. You're like the Duchess of White Castle. Meghan Markle is about as royal as Burger King at this point. I actually have more respect for Burger King than I do Meghan Markle. But Netflix is like, look, sweetie, let's get down to brass tacks. We're signing you, yes, to do With Love, Meghan. But what we really want is some dirt on the royal family, and we want your husband in here, okay? We want the ginger prince who fled the kingdom to get on this reality show. We know that's what the executives were thinking at Netflix, in my opinion, okay? The executives were like, we got to get Prince Harry in here. And I think he threw her a bone, okay? I think he threw her a little bone, some scraps, and he decided, I'll come by for 5 minutes with my new hair plugs, pop in on the Netflix show and have some gumbo. Now, the last clip I want to look at, Prince Harry is not a huge fan of Meghan Markle salads. Let's take a look.
And that salad is me and the salad we're having like this sort of aisle. It's good. But that is amazing how there's not many things in the world that I don't like.
And they're the ones that are all in that salad.
What bowl?
Every
What would happen to
single
me?
one.
All in all, it's nice for Prince Harry to do charity work. You know, he went from doing real charity work over in the UK and he has the Invictus Games, and that's great. We like the Invictus Games. But this is probably the most charity work Prince Harry has done. Showing up at the end of every one of her Netflix specials for 5 seconds to be like, oh, baby, I love you. Let me have a drink. He's probably strung out on mushrooms and uppers and downers and candy corn and God knows what else. But Prince Harry throws her a bone. At the end of every season or every reality show she does, he comes in for 2 seconds like, hey, Meghan, great. He does his due diligence so she can bring home a little bit of the bacon. But it seems like Netflix is done with her. We kept refreshing. This show is not in the top 10 of Netflix, okay? Netflix, their programming isn't great these days. I wouldn't say it's a competitive top 10. She's not in the top 10. You go to the what's new and what's hot section on Netflix, we can't find the show. I had to search Meghan to even find it on Netflix. And that's when it had been out for several hours. So you think Netflix would have put it on the front page? I think Netflix is truly done with her. They did not renew her contract. She has some type of first look deal. We find out all of this footage was taped back in 2024, and they're just stretching it to try to make something off of their investment, right? I don't think they're getting a big return on the investment, but it's very telling to me. Not in the top 10 of Netflix, not on the home page. And basically, I don't think she will be doing another project with Netflix anytime soon, or possibly ever as ever. And the last thing I'll say is this. Meghan Markle, she sits around in this kitchen doing her arts and crafts, but why couldn't she put wicks in the candle? Okay, I gotta bring up our recurring character on the show. This has become the sidekick on the show. Meghan Markle's wickless candle. If she is some maven of arts and crafts, and she can make crackers, and she can make little advent calendars, and she can make gumbo, maybe she could put a wick in the candle next. That would be groundbreaking. But I heard through a little birdie through the grapevine, she has some new products coming out, so we might have to do another review. Make sure you're subscribed for that. With winter creeping in and the holiday season in full swing, joint aches get sharper and skin looks tired faster. It's a reminder of what our bodies lose with age. By age 50, we've likely lost half our collagen, opening the door to aching joints, brittle bones, and tired-looking skin that ages you before your time. But there's hope. Native Path collagen peptides are helping millions refill that gap. Here's what sets Native Path apart. Just one clean ingredient. Third-party tested for heavy metals and purity. No fillers, no junk. Over 5 million jars sold and 8,000 5-star reviews say it works. Native Path customers are reporting stronger, more flexible joints, finally moving without pain, smoother, more youthful skin that turns back the clock, and thicker, fuller hair in as little as 14 days. Imagine waking up feeling like yourself again, active, confident, and pain-free. Right now, visit getnativepath.com/link for a special bundle deal at a fraction of the retail price, backed by a risk-free 365-day guarantee. But act now, supply is tight and demand is soaring. This deal won't last long. Don't let another day go by feeling older than you should. Visit getnativepath.com/link today.